Shalom, shalom. I want to start off this video giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of the great millstone that rule well and that teach well while learning this truth 100% according to the Bible. I also want to say shalom to the elect, the 144,000, the men, prophets, servants scattered abroad the four corners of the earth, and shalom to you, Akwat, which are you few sisters out there that are sincere, your children, shalom. And then today's video is going to be titled a World War III news update, and it's going to basically be, building off of the latest news of events that you have currently taking place, which you have a lot of things that are happening. And as you can see from this video that I got here that I'm actually play, you got the U.S. military that just sent over 100 fighter jets over there to near Iran, right along with all of the other military might that they've been sending over there for the last few weeks, which, I actually got an article which, breaks down all of the military assets that they actually sent over there, which I'm actually bring it out real quick. And this is all of the stuff that America has sent over there. It says 2 aircraft carriers, 40,000 troops, and hundreds of fighter jets. The U.S. military buildup around Iran is the largest since the 2003 Iraq invasion. You see, so America has sent a lot of military might near Iran, man. And we know that they're doing these things because, we're in a time of war, man, right? As it tells you in Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, there's a time and season for everything, a time of war, a time of love, a time of hate, a time of peace. We are in a time of war, man, right? And that's exactly what Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai has these heathens preparing for war. And ultimately, they're preparing for the war of all wars, which is going to be the Battle of Armageddon, which is going to be held over there in what they call today the so-called Middle East, which is going to be the Lord bringing all of these nations and dragging them down over there to the Valley of Jehoshaphat, man. And that's what we see ultimately everything being set up for. That's why it's no coincidence that you got America, sending all of that military might over there to the Middle East, man, because this is what's coming, right? And I'm actually grab this precept real quick that I got. This is Revelations 11 and 14. It said, the second woe was past. World War II has already occurred. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly. And that's exactly what's coming, right? World War III. So without further ado, I'm going to get into this video that we got from the guy. And I'm going to actually allow it to play just so we can hear, the latest things of what it is that's going on, the updates of things that are taking place, because, things are definitely escalating, so, and it's going to continue to escalate, right? Ultimately to, things heat up to what it's going to get to, right? Which all of this that is happening is all prophecy. These things are all predestined to occur, right? And we are living in the time and seasons of these things manifesting, man, right? Because ultimately we're at the time of the end. We're at the end of Esau's age, man, right? But fair use under the 1976 Copyright Act. Not getting paid for this video. This is only for educational purposes, only fair use.
150 U.S. aircrafts have been deployed to Europe in preparation for an attack on Iran, according to the latest information coming out. Let's take a look at the headlines so you can see it for yourself. U.S. deploys 150 aircraft near Iran after the Geneva talks. We're hearing the talks are still taking place, but it is not looking good. We're hearing that the United States is positioning for an attack. Now, this also coming out today. Take a look at this. Iran vows to do whatever it takes to make a nuclear deal happen. According to reports, Iran insists the upcoming talks in Geneva will happen with complete honesty and good faith. Let me know if you trust Iran's word. But take a look at this coming out as well. Now, not just the nukes. Iran is producing ballistic missiles with chemical and biological warheads. Israel's defense establishment is providing targets and discussing the different capabilities that need to be dealt with in a potential strike. Israeli military advisors Amir Aviv has said, as we're hearing, that not just nuclear warheads, but they're concerned about them still striking with chemical and biological attacks. Now, Trump's plan for strikes on Iran carries major risk, and the U.S. military knows it, as we've heard that there could be retaliations on U.S. military bases in the region, on Israel, and we've also heard the concerns from the Pentagon directly just in the past couple of weeks about attacks on U.S. soil here in North America. And Trump...
Right. And you hear what it is the guy said just for the little bit of the video I did, a lot of play. And he basically said that America, is concerned that, if them and Israel attack Iran, that there's going to be consequences. And you definitely right, there's going to be consequences, man. Because, hey, as it tells us in the book of Jeremiah 50 and 45, which I'm bringing that out because, hey, these Israelis, have drawn America into this fight, man. America is in this war, right? And when America and those Israelis, those Amalekites over there, attacks Iran, guess what? That's going to draw in all of these other nations, right? Because you already just had Iran, China, and Russia in the Strait of Hormuz last week that was just, doing military drills and testing ballistic missiles. So, hey, once America and those Amalekites go over there and thinking they're going to attack Iran and thinking they're going to change the regime and put a proxy or put one of their, puppets in there to try to take over the country, hey, it ain't going to go in the way you devils think, man, right? Jeremiah 50 and 45. Therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Babylon, and his proposals that he hath purposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock are those Israelis over there, those Amalekites, those Edomites. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. And who are they going to draw out? America, right? Which, as you can see, Donald Trump really doesn't want to get involved in this war because he knows there's going to be consequences if he goes after Iran. But he has to because guess what? He's taking orders from the elites, man. He got to take orders from those small hats, right? They're telling them what to do, right? Because America is owned by those little hats, man. It says, surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. And that's exactly what's going to happen, right? Once, America and Israel, attacks over there in Iran, hey, things are going to heat up, man. Right. And ultimately, it's going to lead to the destruction of America and Israel. But, we know the land of Israel will be built back up. But unlike America, this place is going to be a desert, you see, because that's what's going to happen, man, because World War III, once it reaches the level it's going to get to, is definitely going to go nuclear, man. Right. Just like the guy was just saying in the video, you got Iran, making, chemical warheads and things like that. They're setting up missiles that can, bring great destruction, right? Because, hey, this third world war is going to be fought using chemical and nuclear weapons, man, right? That's what's coming. I'm going to grab Isaiah, the 9th chapter, right? This is what's coming, man, And I'm going to start at verse 5. It said, for every battle of the warriors with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. That's talking about World War III. That's what it's going to be fought with. It's going to be fought with burning and fuel of fire. That's going into the ICBM missiles, right? Because like I said, all of these nations are going to get drawn in, right? Russia, China, America, North Korea, Pakistan, Iran, all of these different countries are all going to be in this battle, man. Saudi Arabia, everybody. Right. And it's going to go nuclear. That's how bad it's going to get. Right. And this is coming, man. You see, this is all the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. The Lord is the one that's gathering these nations over there to the valley of Jehoshaphat for his will to be done. Right. Let me grab Zephaniah, the 3rd chapter. Right. We're going to go to that. Right. This is Zephaniah chapter 3, and I'll start at verse 8. It says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, right, the heathens, that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them mine indignation. The Lord is going to pour out his righteous anger upon them, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. Yeah, man, that nuclear fire, right along with the laser beams that are going to be shooting out of the chariots that our Lord Yahweh shining angels are going to be in. Because it tells you that in this battle that the mighty ones are going to come down, which are the angels, which I'm going to grab that in the book of Joel, right? Chapter 3. And we're going to start at verse 9, and I'll just read on down to the point. It said, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, right? Talking about these heathen nations, prepare war. And that's what you see them doing in this time, man. All of these heathens, they're all preparing for war, right? Iran, all of them, China, Japan. I mean, all of these nations around the world, the Lord has it in their spirit to prepare for battle, right? Because it's coming. Wake up the mighty man. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak sound strong. And that's what you have going on now, man. You got nations that were once upon a time militarily considered weak. Now these nations have strong military might, right? You got Iran. Iran would have never threatened America 10, 15, 20 years ago, but now they are, because guess what? America has, or Iran has, the same capabilities that America has. Iran has allies, like I said, Russia and China, that are going to come to their aid if anything happens, and Iran knows that. So yeah, you got a lot of these countries that are strong now, right? They're not weak like they was back in the day. So it's a different ball game, right? And the Lord has built these nations up like that, ultimately for World War III, right? For this final war. It says, assemble yourselves and come all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither. Cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh. Those mighty ones are the angels, because the angels are going to get involved in World War III, because our Lord Yahweh Shah is going to return in the midst of World War III, right along with the heavenly hosts. And that's going to happen because, like I said, World War III is going to go nuclear, and the Lord is going to return and gather together his elect, right? Primarily because the majority of the elect are here in America. The Lord is going to deliver his elect from Babylon, because guess what? This place is going to be completely wiped out in World War III, as I went into earlier, right? That's what's coming. Verse 12, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, right? Yahweh Shaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. And that's what the Lord about to do, man. So that's why you see all of these nations getting gathered up and going over there to the so-called Middle East, man. Sending military might over there, sending weapons over there, sending tanks, sending ships, right? Because the Lord is preparing them. He's getting them ready, right? He's putting it on their spirit to prepare for what's coming. You see? So I'm going to get back into this video, right? And we're going to watch a little bit more of it, right? But hey, we're definitely living in a time of season of war, man, right? So all of these peace deals that we hear about Iran and America and Israel having, about these Geneva talks, trying to get a deal about this nuclear program, hey, that ain't going to happen, man, because, hey, the Lord ain't bringing peace. You see, so every time they try to have a meeting or whatever the case may be to try to come up with a solution, hey, it always fails, man, because that's not the will of the Lord. Hey, the will of the Lord is, like I said, as I've been reading throughout this video, these scriptures, hey, he's going to bring forth destruction, man. All right, let me grab 1 Thessalonians real quick, and we're going to go to the 5th chapter, and I'm going to start at verse 1. But at the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, right? Because we're watching. We know what time we're in, right? For us hopeful elect brothers and sisters. Verse 2, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so comes as a thief in the night, right? Unexpected. For when they shall say peace and safety, and that's what they've been talking about a lot, especially Trump, oh, we're going to get a deal with Iran, peace and all of this, For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. And that's what's coming, man, right? That's what's coming, destruction. Ain't no peace coming. It ain't going to be no deal. It ain't going to be no solution. It ain't going to, the problems ain't going to get resolved, and all of this other stuff that they've been talking about, that ain't happening, man, right? The Lord going to bring forward this war, right? And this place, America, is going to be destroyed. You see, and that's just the way it's going to play out, man, because this is all prophecy. This is what's coming, So let me get back into the video real quick, and I'll actually play a little bit more so we can hear, a little more what the guy's going into. But yeah, we ultimately just continue to see things building up more and more, right? Because, hey, World War III is coming, man. We already in the beginning stages of it. But, hey, it ain't going to heat up ultimately to the level it's going to get to. We know that till the MOTB is made mandatory. So that's really what we're waiting on. We're waiting on the implementation of the MOTB because, World War III is not going to get critical till that chip comes, man. So even though we do see everything getting set up and getting put in place, we know that it's not going to get critical till the MOTB comes, which is the RFID microchip, right? That's the major prophecy that we're waiting on to come. But with everything that we see going on as far as with World War III heating up, we know that the chip is around the corner, man. You see, that's why we tell you Israelites that time is short, man. You see, and that you should be seeking the Lord in these times because, hey, things are definitely heating up, man. Each day, each hour, each second, things are intensifying, man, right?
A narrow Iran strike as the deal remains uncertain. Sources tell the Post. What do you think is going to happen? Let me know your thoughts. A lot of people saying we do not deploy 1/3 of the U.S. naval assets to the Middle East just for a show of force. They're saying that this is a buildup that is spelling
right? And you hear what it is the guy just said, and he right, man. You know, America has sent a lot of military assets over there, man. Mind you, it takes millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars to send all of those assets that they sent over there to the Middle East. And they ain't just sending it over there, like he said, just to show force and aggression. They sending it over there because war is coming, man. That's why they sent it over there. Right? It ain't just got it over there just to be looking good in the middle of the ocean. No, they got it over there because, hey, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is making these devils and these nations prepare for war, man. Right? The battle of Armageddon.
That there is going to be an attack. Now, we're going to see. I'll be sure to let you know. I'm going to keep you up to speed every step of the way, but let's take a look at the latest headlines and video footage coming out today, February 24th, 2026, so that way you know exactly what is going on. Now, before we dive in, do me a quick favor. If you appreciate the updates, please hit the thumbs up like button. That simple gesture helps out the live stream a ton while we're live, spreads it out across the YouTube platform. Subscribe to stay up to date. If this is your first time here, it's totally free. Why not? And here on the channel, as you know, I cite all the sources. So all the articles I'm going to be referencing, they are all, are we going to be going to war? If you think so, put war in the comments. If you think no, put deal in the comments. If you think we're going to have a peace deal, war deal, what do you think is coming? While you're doing that, like I said, hit that thumb.
Well, you know, we basically got the gist of what it is he's talking about, you know, and like I said, we understand and know that no peace is going to come, you know, so even though, you know, Iran and America are having these Geneva peace talks and trying to get a deal, you know, it's not going to happen. Even if they do say, oh, we got a deal and everything is going to go good, like I just brought out in that Thessalonians, when they shall say peace and safety, then destruction coming, man. So, hey, it ain't going to be no peace, man. Right? And that's just the truth of the matter. So with that being said, Lord's willing, I pray this video be edifying. You know, I'm going to end it off giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushua Ba'Shem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops of the great millstone while I learn this truth 100% according to the Bible. Till the next time, I'm going to say shalom to the Lord's elect. Shalom.